Hello guys, Eurovox here. My name is Dominic and I'm joined by Ruben from Spain. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Dominic. I'm very, very happy to be commenting here with you, Eurosong.
It's always a pleasure. So as you can see, and yes, I've got a flag next to it. We have just finished watching the Irish national final, and I visited Dublin last October, so that's why I got this flag. And it's a beautiful country. They're very nice people, so I really was excited to see that. So yay! Ireland usually go very late because they always do this late show, and yes, this is literally the name of the show. And then they have one special edition every year, and it's called EUROSONG, very spectacular name. And then they deciding the representative. And it's quite a tiny show, I would say. They only have 6 participants. And this year we've got a winner, and the winner is Emmy, but with the song Like a Party, which is very, very interesting for people like us because we have seen Emmy before. She has been a participant of MGP, so she's from Norway, with the song Witchwoods, and she has been in the final for that. So she is quite known in the Eurovision bubble. And now she finally made it, but not for Norway, but for Ireland. So, first reaction. What do you think about Emmy and the song Like a Party?
I think it was a very fresh song, and I really liked it when I saw it live. When I heard it in the studio cut, I liked it, but I was not that convinced. But when I saw her live, I think it was the best performance of the night, in my opinion. What do you think about it?
Um, I must say that her speaking tone is very distinctive and something you need to get used to.
Yeah,
But I must say that the vocals were good and they suited the song and it's catchy as hell. I have to admit that.
very catchy.
So this is the main thing this song is about. It's very catchy. It gets you instantly. So I think that's promising. Before we go on, I would like to say hello to a few people, if you don't mind. So hi, Vincent. Good to see you here. Um, Hi, Neil. Uh, yeah, you're not very much into that, but that's okay. Hi, Ray Bailey. You're also not into it, but still happy that you're here. Hello, Ellen. Most complete performance tonight. Yeah, we will talk about that as well. And hello, Lagio92. So here we've got positive feedback, and you're from Italy. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so yeah, the first thing which came into my mind was like, okay, 90s vibe, which I like.
Mhm.
I love 90s. That was really good. And also something is like that it is repetitive, but in a catchy way, not in a too annoyingly way. So that is something promising, I would say. It was like I think Ellen has said it. It's a package. I think it was the most completed one.
Yeah, I agree.
Some of the others were lacking with
I
the
mean,
stage,
yeah, some of them were
probably.
lacking a bit of staging, some others a bit of vocals. I mean, it was very good in all the aspects that a
Yeah,
jury or a public could be looking for. You know,
yes, and it was like ticking a lot of boxes. Yeah, like Eurovision cliche boxes, which we
that's it.
always are into, I guess. Um, yeah, so that is good. So that's why I really understand this comment. But someone else was saying, like, okay, this is something kind of unexpected because it wasn't.
Yeah, she wasn't the big favorite before the show, I think.
Yes, exactly. Where's the comment again? Ah, there
Mm-mm.
you go. Someone not Irish one, interesting. Catchy song, but not so sure. Will be enough to qualify. So yeah, usually, well, not all the time, but
It
Ireland
depends.
used to send songs which are, or at least have some hints about being Irish. And there were some songs having that as well. For example, the first one, One Into the Night. You were instantly like, okay, this is from Ireland. You
Yeah,
can,
this kind
and
of Celtic vibe or Celtic. I don't know how to say it, but
yes, mainly because of the instrument, because of the violin.
mm.
But
Also fire.
this one wasn't that at all. Mainly because she's from Norway. people may think, no, this is not good because then it's bland, it's recycled, it's candy pop. Well, guess what? It's literally from Norway. So what you see is what you get. Um, has sung in MGP that one year was my favorite. Which ones you think? You mean? But this, so you're predicting it on qualification. We must maybe take a step back. Ireland had a very, very weak running at Eurovision. They weren't qualifying for quite a few years.
Yes,
Ryan Dolan was, I think Ryan Dolan was the name, right?
it was
Was in 2013, and then another Ryan, what was it? Chauncey,
2017. No, 20.
no,
It was
18.
with Ryan O'Shaughnessy. It
Yes,
was
that was
18, right?
18, the
Yeah,
qualified ones, with a beautiful ballad.
yeah,
And
I love that.
then again, a lot of non-qualifications here. And then Bambi Thug came and had the feeling that this whole show was mainly about Bambi. And it was like,
Basically,
yes, because they were like mentioning like 27 times, I don't know,
it was
like
like,
how
okay,
amazing their
if
performance
Bambi
was. And
says something, let's go for that.
yeah,
Like
exactly. And then every time they were asking Bambi about this, like, well, you did very well. You were six. You gave us pride again, which was so funny because I mean, if you say it once or twice, it's fine, but they did it like so many times. I was like, I think even Bambi got it, and it's fine now. But
I mean,
yeah,
I can relate being Spanish. I felt the same with Chanel. So
yeah, for sure. So very relatable. I mean, I'm German. I mean,
yeah,
12th place last year was like a
yeah, it
victory.
was like wow.
Yeah, so okay. So maybe let's go back to the song. What do you think? Is there something Emmy or like the whole crew or the Irish delegation pretty much now has something to improve? Is there something you would say change it for Basel or the whole thing as it is now? Would you keep it that way?
I think I would keep, for example, the kind of dance they had. I don't really know how to make it, but this kind of leg dance they put in the background in the LED
Yeah.
screens. I think it can be a hook. It can be something appealing to the public. Like, okay, I remember this because I have seen this, and I have. Okay, it's very catchy also, so you will remember.
Hmm.
But maybe they will have to remake it for a bigger stage. I think it's also normal because Late Show is not a really big studio. I think so. If you compare to other national selections, so maybe they will have to remake it. But I think overall was a very cute performance, and it can appeal to a lot of younger audiences. I think.
Okay. So, for example, Ryan Bailey is saying that it's annoying. Well, some people would say annoying, and I fully get that.
Crazy frog. Frog.
Crazy Frog. Yeah, I see the similarities because as I've said, it's kind of like a 90s song, and then you can go into this direction for sure. Hello Sarah, you're saying you're a Mama Mama fan, so
Oh, she got a 12 from the
yes,
international juries.
and we will talk about the results later for sure.
Oh,
Mark is saying that it's an easy non-qualifier, so you're probably not that satisfied.
no, don't be hard.
Right. ESC Fundeschaft saying it's very forgettable, which I also like understand why you
Hmm.
feel that way because it is pop and it's don't want to say the word generic, but it's right like changeable. Like
Mm.
every country could send this kind of song, and you
Yeah,
wouldn't know
it's very,
where it comes from.
yeah, I
So
mean, like random pop, you could say.
yeah, exactly.
Like not very ethnic or something.
The Y gig is saying about as authentic as processed cheese. Really disappointed. Don't chase
I
after
mean,
cheese. We love cheese. So
I really love this. In any case, in any time, in any form, type.
yeah, Emerald is saying, what a great song. It has a hook. Yes. And especially Bambi was always referring to it and always like mumming it, like bam 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 bam. See, I like already know how it goes. So that's very nice. It's in Super Rob. Erika Norwich, my AI didn't go to Eurovision last year. Ireland's trying the same recipe instead.
I can
Yes,
see that.
yes, that's a very good comparison. Actually, I had that in mind once, and also a bit of subwoofers like this meow meow meow. You know, I
Yeah,
kind of reminded me of that. And knowing that she's from Norway, yeah, it just came into my mind.
I
But I
mean,
mean,
it's
I
the same
think that,
countries. I mean, she's Norwegian, so it
yeah, but
makes sense.
But I think my AI was also quite successful. I think it didn't win in the end,
Yeah, I
but
don't remember
quite
the
high, and
place.
that's the reason why these kind of songs have some
Mm.
kind of success. Vincent is very satisfied. She's charming. I like her stage presence. There's something very likable about
Mhm.
her. I
I
agree
mean,
with that.
I must confess something because I only heard the songs once before the show,
Yeah,
and since I didn't like repeat the songs a lot of times, when they came, like just like I don't know how to say, like okay, like in Eurovision, you only perform once, so unless you get this Shuri moment,
yeah,
God bless her. But yeah, it's like the song that kept me like, oh, this is nice, like because it's very, very repetitive, very, very catchy. And at the end, like dun, 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 dun.
it's very
So
for sure.
yeah,
Kate Walsh is saying, loving the song, love the story. Yeah, the song is about like a dog, Laika. So I think it's something
you
about like the Russian. I think there was a Russian dog, like in the how do you say, like in the universe, sitting there.
oh yeah, Laika was the first dog sent to the moon, I
Yes,
think,
exactly. So
or
I
something
think
like that. Yeah,
that explains the robot style and the
yeah.
background and also the
Mhm.
aesthetics, which makes sense. It's an interesting approach. I never thought about
Yeah.
like listening to a song about this. And she is saying that you like the voice, which is
And maybe
nice.
that's why the theme of their costumes. Hi, Jess.
Yeah, for sure. So Jess is saying like happy with the Irish choice. I think Emmy had one of the best performances and songs from tonight's lineup. Yes. So maybe let's just go back to the end result.
Yeah.
So it wasn't close. It was a clear victory for Emmy. She got 10 from the international jury, 12 from both the televote and the Irish one. So they split the votes into three parts, and they were all equally in terms of the power of the percentage.
Mhm.
So by the end, she had 34 out of 36 points, and the second one was My Way with 26 points, followed by Power Play with 20 points. So there is quite a big margin, and I think I must say this was one of the most anticlimactic votings I've ever seen because after 4 points, so they had like the last place got 2 points and then 4, 6, 8,
Yeah.
10, and 12. And after the 4 points from my way, there
Yeah,
was
it was like clear
no
victory
other way,
for yeah.
no like, mathematically, there was no other way but Emmy being the winner.
Mhm.
And yet they stretched it out of it. I'm like, why? I mean, yeah.
They were like, "Ooh, who's the winner?" And you were like, "I
Oh,
mean,
maybe someone gets 24 points now just because they can. No, they didn't. So that was quite weird. But anyway, maybe go back to the song now. Chris is saying authenticity is not something that can be measured. It's a personal experience. What is authentic to a person? No, say that like a party isn't authentic unless they're Emmy. I think like having her as the artist
mm,
is giving some kind of personality. I
yeah,
agree with that because she's something you can remember. She's likable. She has this speaking voice, which is very distinctive.
yes,
So I think that really plays into her favor. So that's good. Um,
yeah." It can stand out from
yes.
another dancey pump songs.
Why Bailey is it like a bit negative
She
about?
doesn't have a dance break, so
Yeah. So now knowing that she's the representative and she's from Norway, I think Norway is not in the same semifinal, which
I
is
don't remember.
bad for her because I think she would have gotten a few votes, but I think
Yes,
that's not the case. So we only have like around 10 songs now, I think. What is your first prediction? Do you think this is gonna qualify? Remember, we've only got televote
televote.
anyway. Yes.
I think this can qualify for sure. I mean, it's not um slow ballad. It's this kind of song that can easily be in the top 10 of a semifinal for a lot of countries in middle or central Europe. So I wouldn't say it's impossible for her to qualify. Maybe it's a border qualification, like it's going to be quite close, maybe around the ninth, 10th, or something. But I think she can definitely qualify, in my opinion. I'm not so sure, and I'm really bad at predictions. So, but no, no, I think it can qualify.
Okay, then it's doomed because you're bad at predictions. Um, yeah, so I really think it depends on the other songs. I think you really
Hmm.
can't say. And with some songs, you're quite certain that it's going to qualify or it's not going to qualify. And I think this one is really dependent on
Yeah,
the performance
the
because
bunch of other songs, like how they place in the running order, everything. Yeah.
yes, I think that has a bigger influence. I can see this. I'm not sure which half it is, to be fair, but I can see it both as an opener or a closer. I mean, it was the closer in this case. Also, like how they transfer the staging into to Basel, because the staging and the whole production was very small,
Yeah.
so it's very hard to already like have the feeling that this is going to be the
Yeah,
one.
it's
Maybe
difficult to
they're gonna
judge.
keep the system or like the concept, but they're gonna have to elevate it to a certain degree because the bigger like Eurovision is so much bigger than this one, obviously. I have the feeling that it might be 11th. I'm not too certain about the qualification. Because I think Ireland has failed with better songs, to be fair. But I think she's got a shot. She's got
Hmm.
potential. However, they were comparing so many times or referring to Bambi. I don't think this is going to be in the top
No,
10 at Eurovision. Um,
Bambi is unique. It's something.
exactly. And there hasn't been a single performance which was even close to this.
Hmm.
So it was very hard to follow to be the following act from Bambi. But that's okay. I mean, if Ireland qualifies for 2 times in a row, I think that would already be a success. And I think there's a chance here. And with some other songs in the past,
Hmm.
wasn't that sure if this would
But
have
I
come.
actually think it's a big step up, let's say, in the Irish election, because the overall level of the songs this year was, in my opinion, higher than the previous years. I mean, if we exclude, of course, Bambi, but like the average musical level or in performance wise or all these kind of things, I think there was a bit of momentum in the audience. Like people wanted, like, oh, we want to go to Eurovision now.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And also
yeah.
like the panel, they were kind of like preparing the audience that this is gonna win.
Hmm.
One more thing, I was a bit confused because first I thought the Irish jury is consisting of these four people, but they were just commenting on it, which was so weird
they
because
were they were just commenting, like,
Ireland,
okay.
I only knew like Bambi pretty much, but okay. Also, one thing also wrote down, it's a weird concept that it's produced or like made like a casting show because usually they sing and then this is the number you vote for and then the next one is coming up. However, here they comment on it and sometimes even like drag the
Oh
songs
yeah.
down. Like some of the comments were pretty hard. I mean, I like authenticity and I like that they're honest and they're doing real talk.
But
I
maybe do it after voting, not before. Like,
know sometimes I like, well, I don't see that at Eurovision. It's too
yeah,
basic and get rid of the dancers. I mean, being the dancer backstage after the performance and then
yeah,
listening to the one saying like,
yeah.
well, you shouldn't be there. It's so strange. I think
I
that
mean,
was awkward.
there is a thin line between being honest and being a bit too hard to the artists.
I think it was still fine, but it was on the cusp.
Yeah, I mean, it was very, very on the edge for me.
Okay, so let's check. Kate is saying 100% qualified.
I'm
Okay.
happy with that.
Why is like if Brooke didn't
Oh,
qualify?
Brooke, I love
Yes,
her.
that was yeah
We
exactly
love her.
my thought. So I think Brooke came 11th, and I
Yeah.
must say though that performance wasn't like my favorite coming into Eurovision. But then in the semifinal, she ate. She was so good, and yet she didn't qualify. I was
But
very
there were juries that time, I think.
true, but I think she wouldn't have qualified with either.
I don't remember the
Yeah.
separate vote, but
And
yeah.
thank you, Chris, for saying that it's the first half, so it might be an opener. I see that. It's not going to be in second.
And I think it's also a good thing to open the show.
Yes, it is. I think one is a good spot for this one.
Yeah,
I really think so. Um, yeah, thank you. I mean, yeah,
yeah. We were not the only ones feeling it.
exactly. That's very good. So maybe let's talk about the second and the third one. What about that?
The second one, I don't remember
Ooh,
her name.
book
My
was
Way, but
14th. I remember.
Samantha. Yeah.
I was hoping that book would have been 11th, but it wasn't even close. Pardon me. Sometimes
Okay,
you wish the result
let's
would be
put it that way. She
here
was
we are.
11th. She was
Yeah,
11th.
okay. So second was My Way by Samantha Mumba, was fourth in the running order.
Mm,
She had like the biggest discrepancy of the votes. She won the international jury with 12. Then she got 10 on the national and only 4 by the televote. So everyone was like, ooh, what
yeah,
happened there? We've got a 21 points Sweden situation. And there was a moment. Um, yeah, so they were also saying, like the panel, they were saying, like, maybe the reason why this might not win is not because of the vocals, because they were quite good. And she has this rasp in her voice, and this is something I really like. And also, they have a stage concept, which is cool. But it took so long
that
to
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 get the beat of the song.
yes, like half of the song was only like progressing. And at some point, I was thinking, oh, is she freestyling? Because I really can't
Mm.
feel or listen to a music or like to a
Yeah,
melody. It felt
I
very random. And by the end, it was very good because it was like having her moment. And even though Raya is saying that the voice was awful, I don't think the voice was
no.
awful. I see your point because I think in general the vocal performances weren't that good, but I had the feeling that it was because of technical issues or like in general the sound quality wasn't the best. But I think if I think with better equipment and maybe she was off a bit, but like her vocal tone and you can still you were still able to listen to that.
Mm.
It is very distinctive and very strong, and I think this is something you need to at least appreciate.
Yeah, as a jury, you have this kind of marks that you have to, yeah, you like you said, boxes that you have to consider. No, I mean for me it was a very good performance in terms of vocal,
Yeah.
but I really think the song didn't make her justice because I think she can compose and have way better songs for sure,
Hmm.
and with a much stronger song and even maybe a ballad for like trying to show up her voice. She could basically go to Eurovision quite easily in the upcoming years, but I didn't really feel the connection to the song. Like I was like trying to get into it, you know, like okay, now, but it was maybe too long until that point. Maybe in the middle of the song, 1 minute and a half or something like that, I was starting to get into it. But
Yeah.
you know, Eurovision is 3 minutes. You have to do it pretty quickly, and most people after the first minute just go to bathroom if they have to. So. Yeah, I think
You're like 5 minute toilet break, and then the
yeah,
moment is off.
that's it. So I think I understand why one of the how can I say experts in the panel there
Yeah,
in the studio said that it was a bit like this, a bit flat, or I don't know how they said it, but
yeah. But I was thinking the same, and I was like, yeah,
yeah.
you see my point, right? So I really,
And
really,
I also thought, do you remember the table they had in the
yes,
performance? It reminded me of Norway 2015's music video. Do you remember?
yes.
It was the same kind of
Favorite
concept.
entries. I really like this. A
Yeah,
monster like me, you mean?
a monster like me. Yeah.
Oh, love.
Oh,
Anyway, so
incredible.
Chris is saying these series would have rewarded one by Eurovision. She used class shame about the song. Yeah. And I had the feeling, I wrote down that she felt uncomfortable. You could really tell that by the face. It was really like something's off. She's not satisfied because they were doing this river dance moment, which also came across as a bit random and like we need
Yeah.
to sneak in something because it's Ireland. So
I felt like okay, we should do something. Let's do this.
yeah, I don't know. It's strange. But have you seen her face while doing the dancing?
She was like,
She was really like, oh, something is not right. And I was like, oh, okay. Huh. Yeah. But here we are. I don't know. I think like I wrote down something like felt like a demo, and I see the point. And if Dewey, right after they have listened to the song and saw the performance, are already suggesting revamp without being picked as the contest as the representative yet, there's something off. I think if you
"Hmm."
compete in the national final, you need to have a song and a performance which should be ready for Eurovision. I really don't like this. Let's do a revamp. So
I mean, if you're Albanian, maybe you think
they don't. They're not gonna translate it. You heard it first.
they always do revamps.
Yeah, but I have seen like quite a few comments
Yeah,
about Barbie. So maybe
I
let's.
have something to say also that this is the kind of song that it's better if it's like 4 minutes something long because you
Ah,
get into it and then you have like 3 minutes more. But in a 3 minute thing, it's just yeah. I felt it like during the show, like okay, one more, but it was just
yeah.
finished.
So Marky Mark is agreeing with me, saying that the sound is very, very awful. Bambi slight Eurovision, some plenty of room to improve. And I think Emmy was fine. There were other contestants struggling vocally or like in terms
Hmm.
of the sound mixing. I think there was
Yeah,
something
but
off.
she was. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe let's do say something about the third place finish was Power
Was our favorite. I mean, like the fan
Bobby
favorite.
Arlo, yeah. So I was listening to it once before. I tried to be as neutral coming into this kind of selection. And that was really, really something I was excited to see because this is exactly the type of music I listen to. It is like techno house.
Yeah, it's very fresh, very modern, very yeah.
It was like fresh but also dated at the same time, and I love this.
Yeah, but they did in a good way. Not. I mean, I liked it a lot.
I kind of wrote down like Britney Spears, like in her toxic era. I love it. Yeah, but I wrote down very intense techno and very gay, and a lot of spoken parts, which is something Britney Spears used to do, you
Hmm,
know. However, and I think if you have already commented on it, it was very low energy and vocally it was barely existing.
hmm,
So I was very let down by that, and I think she was coming in as the favorite to win. The odds changed after the live performances, and I
hmm.
fully understand why. But people were saying that she was sick. Right?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right. So someone was saying, and where's a comment? Let me think. There you go.
Uh,
I heard Bobby was sick. It's a pity, such is life. She could enter again next year. Yeah, you could really tell the energy was very low, and also I had the feeling that it was literally playback at some point.
yeah, I felt that. I was like, is
Yeah,
this some kind of effect of the microphone? Is it playback? Is it that she's not singing because she's sick? I was not quite sure about what was happening. Because in the first song, I heard Abji singing, like you could clearly hear his voice.
yeah,
But then for Bobby, I was like, is the mixing good or not? I was a bit confused. Yeah.
yeah. Me too. It was a bit weird, but still, I think I will put this in my playlist. I really like the song,
It's a
so
very good song. Yeah.
it's a bob. I love this kind of music. Naki Mak is agreeing with us, saying that lost her voice today. Unfortunately, yeah, that's a very bad timing. I really feel sorry for her,
Hmm.
but still, she managed a third place. I think that's good.
Yeah, but I was impressed that she couldn't get top two, at least in the televote. She was fourth, I think,
No,
or in the public, or third, right?
she was fourth with both juries and third with the televote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was expecting her to be second, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe go back to Emmy because now we have collected a few comments about the winner. Maki Maki is saying I would encourage Emmy to go for it with the staging. Just go bright color dancing dog. Rocket. There is an audience for camp. Yes. This is really going into this camp region, being too much. other songs have been in the past, but it's very like Eurovision cliche.
I
And
mean, if Subgolfer had two goals, why not having two ducks? Like,
yes, exactly. And with this kind of song, you really have to go for it. You can't be like laid back, like, well, just play the music, have a simple staging. No, you really have to go into the kitsch as it is. The song is called Leica
hmm,
Party. And I mean, you had a robot DJ in the background. I mean, this has to be said, right? This can't be changed. This is
yeah.
something you need to do, I think.
I mean, you
Um,
should be iconic and sell it the best possible
I
way.
can already see the memes, and I'm like, Okay, hey Matthew, you're saying non-Irish here? Yeah, me too, despite my flag. To me, most of the songs were rather boring because of either music or performance. Every song just clicked very well. It would not win the Eurovision Song Contest, but it's very fun nonetheless. Yes, fun is a very good conclusion or like a summary, I would say. The song quality was fine. It was different. They had variety, but
Hmm.
again, I think the biggest problem was the sound mixing and also the size of the stage.
Yeah,
And
I
I
was.
love the fact that one of the panel was actually saying that by the end. He was saying like, "Well, everything's fine. I love the show. The host was funny and everything, but I think Ireland deserves an own independent selection for Eurovision and not just being a
In
part
the
of it."
late late show. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, which is so brave to do it while sitting at the Late Late Show. I mean, that was cool.
I mean,
Props to him.
we have done it in Spain. You can also do it in Ireland. Like, why not?
Yeah, true. That's true.
I mean, our selections were really, really bad, uh, like 6, 7 years ago. So
Yeah, true.
why not? I mean, okay, it depends on the television, many things to talk before that.
The way this year is going, Germany could win. You
Okay,
think
why not? Why
with
not?
Stefan Raab taking over again? I mean, that would be iconic.
I mean, Spain will not win, so
Nope, they can't. Yeah. So I think we pretty much discussed everything, I would say. Is there anything you would add? Is there any honorable mention? Is there some performance you would like to discuss before we wrap it up?
I don't know. Just a long life to Bambi Thak. Apart from that,
I
no.
think honestly, no shade, but and this is where the shade is coming. Yeah, I think you appreciate Bambi's performance even more
Yeah.
by this because it was a good selection, I think.
Hmm.
But I think Bambi will still be memorable or remembered
Yeah,
way
and
after that performance. You know what I mean? And I don't think any of the performances tonight was even close
yeah,
to.
it closer. Yeah, yeah. I
Yes.
was actually comparing it while I was watching the show. I remember last year I also watched it and entered to a live show. I think
Yeah.
like here in the live to comment it, and I felt like I was watching Bambi's performance. I was like captivated,
Yeah.
and even if Emmy's performance was good, I didn't really feel this moment that
Yeah.
okay, this is really strong, you know.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean it's the difference of okay, is this going to qualify from saying like okay, this will qualify, but okay,
Well,
it's
okay, one more question. Which song do you prefer? Which Woods or Like a Party?
like a party
Okay.
for me, like a party. I
I
don't know for
mean,
you.
she's 24 now. She was, I think, 22, 21 even.
No,
And I
she was
think
competing in 2021, I think. So she
21,
was
so like
20.
20, maybe 20, 21. Yeah. I think you can really tell that she is more, has developed.
Major?
She's
I
more
mean, not major, but
mature. Yeah. I think this was her time to go. And I really think she did it perfectly, even though I hope it's all right not being for Norway because that was the first country she was trying to get to Eurovision. But I mean, you made it, so I think it's okay. Yeah.
yeah, and they also said in the show that there was once one Irish singer that was competing for Norway and won the contest
Mhm.
or something. Maybe I'm right, I'm wrong, but I have listened this maybe in the the show, and they
Yeah,
said that like, okay, maybe Amy is going to be the first that revenges us. Like, okay, she's Norwegian but competing for Ireland and also winning. So I
yeah.
don't remember. Maybe someone in the comments knows who won, but I don't know. I'm not very good at
I mean,
all
I've seen
Eurovision.
so many people, even winners, being from a different country, and then
Yeah,
winning. So, or only having a very slight of like a relative, like grandma, second grade thing,
yeah,
as is like a quarter of this country. I mean, you know, who cares?
yeah. I mean, these kind of things. Actually, Amanda Tenfjord, she was like half Norwegian, half Greek, half something.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
really
funny.
like this idea that Norway might
Oh wow, yeah.
hit MB for MGP final now. That's a good one. By Betty saying not a fan of singers singing for a country they are not from.
Okay, look at San Marino.
Valentina Moneta incoming.
Yeah. Once again,
Gotten one for Norway. One of them was Irish.
that's it.
There you go. Full circle moment here.
It was 1925, 95.
Saying looking forward to Emmy beating Norway in May. Okay, you heard it first. We'll see about that. However, I think we
Yeah.
pretty much covered everything. Thank you, Ruben. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Dom. Pleasure.
Thank you, everyone who commented on this live stream. I really appreciated it. If you like this live stream, then you can give us a like. You can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and the other platforms. You know how it works. And yeah, I think tomorrow there are going to be more national finals. Actually,
Hmm?
Ukraine, I think, Norway. Is there more?
Lithuania?
Slovenia as well. Yes, and I think is Latvia? No.
Malta?
Malta. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
Malta.
Because the semifinal was, I think, today or like
Yesterday.
yesterday. Yeah, okay.
Janas was there, I think.
Exactly. That's why it was in my mind. So we've got like four more songs. Can we
Yeah.
consider this as like a super
This is
shuttle?
going really fast.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's been a pleasure, Vincent. Thank you. So see you then. Bye.
Bye.